Da, da, da. Oh. Xdinary heroes. It's gonna make me cry.
So you are now reacting to the K-rock band Xdinary Heroes.
Oh. K-rock? Are you kidding me?
You are now reacting to their B-side song Good Enough, released on their 2023 Deadlock album. For my script this time, I scrolled through the comment section and the first comment that popped up I thought I would read to you guys. They say that remember the fact that the first version of this song was a poem that the drummer Kwon-il wrote while looking at the sea at dawn back when he was a student at the Berklee College of Music.
Oh.
Then he hid his feelings and the poem and saved it until now when he collaborated with Young K to write the lyrics in English and worked alongside Xdinary Heroes members Chung-soo and Ju-yeon and producers Shim Eun-ji and Lee Hae-sol to create the atmosphere of the song. This song is based on the drummer's love experience back then during college, a love that could not be. The song ends with the lyrics, "You'll never find this story of mine," which means that the person who the song is talking so endearingly about won't ever even know that this song existed, nor the feelings that the member hid deep within.
Wow.
Okay, ready? 3, 2. I already like it.
Dude.
Triple
3, 4.
feel. Oh yeah. So good.
No.
Nice.
Wow.
I like that they went back to that note.
Yeah, that was pretty beautiful.
It seems so high.
Oh.
Oh, that register shift.
Oh!
Whoa. Those are great dual vocal lines, kind of DNAing in each other. Huh?
It reminds me of the flute and the soprano.
This is like one of the most noteworthy melodies I've heard in a long time. It just knows.
The pits?
It's alive.
I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah.
You can see Studio Ghibli vibes.
It's so dreamlike and like nostalgic.
It's the piano.
Yeah.
They counterline with the cello.
I fuck with that.
I like that one the most.
The strings.
I kind of wish there was a more resonant drum, but that's like nitpicking. It's like, oh, and I love. Da, da, da. Oh, it's like a different. Yes. Anyone else would just repeat the same fifth twice.
The head voice. It's very nice.
I can hear this as being in the musical, for sure. This is very theatrical.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh, oh, I'm thrown off here.
It's like a hemiola business.
The doubling and the octaves.
Whoa,
I didn't see that
okay.
coming.
That's different.
Oh my god, they're like counter melodies.
It's almost going into shoegaze. It's getting a little paranoia.
They ended with like the beat. That's so like. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I really like that.
Damn.
Add it to the playlist, add it to the playlist.
I'm gonna do that right now, actually. Let's pause before.
Oh wow, I love that. In the beginning, like the motive that's played in the piano throughout the piece is like just the guitar, and then it ends with the piano.
Oh yeah. But it's like, it's more subvert.
Yeah,
It's in the background.
I like that.
My organ professor calls it the brontosaurus, where like if you're improvising, it's nice to start with nothing, to build up, and then start again with nothing. It's basically just like a bell curve, and this song has it. It ends as it began, with the same motive, but with a different instrument. So I don't know, if you're symbolizing something, it could be like a character change or like a change of heart. It's the same thing, but sounds fundamentally different in timbre.
Oh my goodness, their vocal control.
Good stuff.
Oh, holy crap.
It's like I feel like the head voice of a lot of TVB singers, like that's something that like is kind of like underappreciated, and so oftentimes higher TBB voice types, like specifically tenors, opt to go for like more of like a mix or like TA dominant sort of approach to the high notes, where like it sounds like mix, or like even if it's like balanced, that there's like a chest in it. And so sometimes like hearing like just TBB singers use their head voice is something that's like not really common, or when someone does use their head voice, it's too underdeveloped, so it just sounds like falsetto where it's just really wispy. But I thought that like his head voice was like, it was really well developed, and it like had like the sense of pharyngeal space and like crooniness that like makes it sound like I don't know, that made it sound croony almost, and like flute-like, I don't know.
It's so emotional. Like you can tell that there's a story behind this song by just the emotion within the vocals. I can tell that there was a lot of thought taken into like how they did the runs within the vocals in the song, because you can tell this person has a lot of like technical ability to be like, there were a lot of like runs happening throughout all of the melody. But what was impressive was like the use of falsetto versus just full chest voice, and how he used that to like show the melodic contour. He used his chest voice whenever there was like a peak, like an emotional peak within the melodic, what was happening in the melody. Does that make sense?
But did you have a favorite vocalist? Because there were 4.
Okay, generally. I don't know if I have all of them.
Yeah, between the 4
No,
of
just
them.
between the 4 of them.
I mean, that's just such a fun way. That's such a fun way to lead into a full chest voice. But what is this?
That's a B flat.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And he just gets to an E. He gets to an E.
Because this first part where he's like, he goes first to the A. Da, 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 da. Floats in his falsetto, and then he sings it in his head. I mean, you're already hearing that pitch. It already went a little higher. Like, oh my god, it went higher. And then he sings that full voice. It's already in your ear, but then you're able to focus purely on the tone color change and hear all of the strength. That's right around like second 50. Yeah, that's so powerful. And then go all the way. It's an E.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think any faults I have with the instrumentals are actually, I mean, they're brought back up just by his vocal delivery. It really feels like his voice is leading the entire. Yeah. But some spots in the middle, I'm like, okay, I'm not sure. A little bit of pits. Sometimes the drums are a little dry. I wanted a bit more resonance, like with the lower stuff.
I saw you looked at like for the time code right when we reached the bridge. Was that to see how much time left there was?
Oh no, I wanted to see when it was released. It was like super recently.
Oh, why was that?
Because it was really dry. There's not a lot of reverb. That's kind of a trend. You know, there is like a couple times like in the chorus where I was like, maybe the snare's a little dry or something, or like there wasn't a lot of reverb like in general, or if there was, it was like plain. It was really short.
There was some cool panning too that kind of like subtle, but the drums, the hi-hats were like alternating, so it was like boom.
I didn't catch that at all.
Pretty cool. It was like really wide, so that was interesting. I also really liked the vocal harmonies at the bridge. That was very, very cool. I'm not sure if that was done with some kind of harmonizer effect plugin or something, or if it was just like really accurate harmony tracking. Either way, very cool.
What I found interesting was that the lower octave of it was being sung like normally, and then the higher octave, which was softer and more like panned in the back and like lower like mixed, was him singing to like a resonant capacity, where it was like you could hear like the struggle, and but it was like quieted down. And usually it's like when you're above an octave, people do like falsetto or something, and it'll be like chill. But he was like really singing it, and then they quieted it down, and then the louder thing was the lower octave, which that was cool. I thought that was a really cool effect, because then you kind of hear that struggle inwardly and the cool, fluid, like lower octave as the main thing you hear. And then within that, you hear struggle. So I thought that was really cool. Cool color.
Yeah, were you paying more attention to like it rhythmically? I saw you tapping your foot along.
Yes, I thought it was kind of it was a nice little slow jam moment.
You can hear the sea in this.
You can hear
a lot.
What?
The sea.
The ocean.
How does that add to the nostalgic sad?
I think it adds to the genuine, authentic kind of emotion-filled song he's going for, I feel like, because 6/8 is kind of closer to the way you speak normally than like a duple, or that's what we talk
Sometimes.
about.
But also it's dance figure, the lilt of kind of more an ocean kind of thing. Like oceans don't go 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Oceans kind of go, There's an ebb and a flow.
Is the pianist playing while singing that syncopation? Because that would be pretty hype.
Can we break down, like the and the syncopation with the piano line?
Yeah, so the reason it's confusing is because
It's on an offbeat.
you usually expect the short note to be the lead in. Yeah. Right, but it's actually on the downbeat. Dun, da, 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 da.
But it's kind of in between.
But it's also against the grain of the main beat because it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So it's a hemiola plus a syncopation. Yeah, but if you listen to the triplets of the piano, or whatever he's doing, you can actually hear that the vocal line is like sort of lined up with it. Da 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 da. So the accent of that wasn't the right chords, but it's like da da do da da do da da do da da do. Whereas if it were a lead-in, it'd be even more confusing. It'd be da 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 da.
It's not changing meter. It's not changing.
No,
it's not
it's
adding
just
any
a very
tuplets, so it
strong
makes you feel sort of
hemiola.
off kilter, but it's still rooted in the same steady beat, so you can find your way home again. That's very, it's very nice. It's really smart composing.
Yeah, I think so.
It's really smart songwriting.
Oh, it's just a lot of great moments and great chords.
Like, just the beginning is just so beautiful.
It's really pretty. It's like an F major 9 and then it goes to 4, and just going from 1 to 4, you just feel like you're at home and safe and all that. That's the psychological feeling I get from those harmonies.
But yeah, that was really nice. And then they also had a couple augmented triads in there when they were doing the descending, and I feel like that's got that kind of like unrest. Like you're not sitting comfortably and looking out into the ocean being like, oh, this is so beautiful. Like there's something twisting in your heart. And this is a very twisty chord.
Mm-hmm. He's running after that person. Running after them.
That's had a nice contour too, getting dipping down a pitch and then coming back up.
Something about the second good enough being lower, it almost makes it feel a little sad. It's like, is it though? Is it good enough? What's the emphasis word there? Yeah.
Kind of like giving up on that someone that you like, because it's like, it's okay, my life is good enough, kind of a thing. I felt that before. I've told myself that before.
When you start like thinking seriously about a person in that way, and it's very personal at first, and you kind of got to think through it, and then like you finally come to a realization and you accept it, and that's kind of what the end felt like. It feels very personal at first, and you don't really know what to do, and you're by yourself. Then all of a sudden, more people get added on, more voices, and then you finally come to this conclusion, and it's just like you have, you know,
it feels like a lot of thoughts running through your head.
And that's what it felt like, and it was, yeah, I can relate. Like it was a really good song. It made me feel like better, I think.
Yeah.
Because a lot of this sits pretty low in TBB tessitura. It's
low for TBB?
Oh, but I mean, like, it's not low, but I would say that, like,
You got it!